Alright, it should work. Alright, Shalom. Shalom. Alright,
Shalom.
I want.
first and foremost, we're gonna give all glory and honor to Yahweh,
Yeah, Abba,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai,
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash.
Yahushai, Ba'ashem,
Luke,
Rakakadash.
Shah,
Double honors,
Bahashem, Kakadash.
double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone, who we learned this truth from, and peace and salutations to the elect, being the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, which the world ignorantly calls God. Bahashem means in the name of. Yahushai is the true name of the Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahushai in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Once again, Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. And I'm the brother Barak. I'm here with.
Brother Sarah.
With you, what's up?
The bullets of law.
And once again, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. And we're going to be speaking about anybody who's outside this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, this truth that we have. You cannot trust them. Because sincerely, you can't trust these people. And we're going to go into other topics as well. But you cannot trust these people. And I'm going to start off with Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And we were just basically speaking about this recent, event that happened. Basically that I believe the dude's name was he was Israelite that just recently died. His name was Nolan Wells, I believe. Basically, he was hanging around these Edomites. These guys ended up, something along the lines of where this guy just randomly was out with his friends on a boat, and all of a sudden, dude just ended up dying or drowning in the water, and they found him dead. Now we know, if you were spiritual, you would understand that this, this is really going to show you that if you can take in anything from this, right? Is going to show you that you can never trust these people in the world. These people are enemies. And you guys have something?
Yeah, I was gonna bring out this is just like you said, what was the name of the topic? Like the topic of the video? This is
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
precept for that.
Just like the anybody outside this truth and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, don't trust them, right?
Yeah, I was gonna bring out uh Luke 21:16, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. That's Luke 21:16. So, you know, like the topic was really relate to you. You got nobody but the ones in the faith, man. You know, beginning with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because what it says, better to put your trust in the Lord than man, right? Because the man can lie to you, can forsake you, can betray you, but Yahweh Hashem Shai can't. And it's impossible for him to tell a lie according to the scriptures.
And I got a quick precept. This is Amos 3 and 3. Can two or more walk together, lest they be agreed? So how can you walk with somebody if they're not on the same doctrine? If they don't, the same, belief in faith. The name's Yahweh Hashem Shai, right? If these people believe in something contrary to the true scriptures, they're not really friend, man. They're not really a friend for adversity because they don't understand what it means to go through the battles of the flesh.
And just another thing, like even like in terms of like work or whatever, like you try to work with these heathens or whatever, they end up trying to steal money from you, right? Trying to basically just do all sorts of
I probably won't.
even if you don't how do I say it? You
I
have to
probably
keep these
won't.
scriptures back in the back of your mind, because these people, they will try to steal money from you, try to hack into your accounts, right? Whatever the case might be, or even just try to whatever the case might be, man. The scriptures warn us we have to avoid these people, right? Or at least you have to keep that in the back of your mind. Now, on this side, you're gonna, how do I say this? You can't just fully avoid these people because they're at your work and they're at your job or whatever. But you have to keep it what is the word, cordial, like just basic conversations. Don't be trying to break down this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to these people, because ultimately this wasn't even meant for these people. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. Come, I have a precept if you don't mind.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, starting at verse 15. It says here, see then that ye walk circumspectly, as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And as you can see, yeah, everything that's happening around the world, we are living in a fucking evil ass time, man. Like, go to the gas station, some motherfucker might try to shoot, and just because they get ready to crash out. A lot of people, especially these Edomites, man, are getting ready to crash out. Why? Because these damn devils, man, they see the kingdom falling, right? Like the vibration of these people, their countenance has totally changed because we are living in the end times, right? Right? You like what they really see, like what do you see right now? Old leaders, man. DJT, season 47 being out. We've been knowing these motherfuckers are wicked, but because people are trying to find out that this man's a creep, while weirdo, he's so respectful, man. A lot of Edomites, right? They're losing confidence, they're losing faith in their own country, right? So what they're resorting back to? Right, looking for the sword, right? Guess what they're getting come down on, man? Jakes, right? These damn devils, man. They know they're not gonna know that fight, man. And unless they take and take, and that's how much they hate you. Really, that boy got back down. They're applying the blessing back, man. And, as well as two-thirds, we got two-thirds, man. They don't know any better, man. They their minds all fucked up because they have the wine, the philosophies of Babylon, right? So right? They're, their minds are still in the curses, right? They're still on gang bang, shooting, right? Men are sleeping, right? When you out there, man, and especially if you like, person, and one example, I on this video, the woman, she watches herself on TikTok or Instagram, showing that she's living the high life, she's making all this money or whatever. She's she's one of the internet celebrities or sluts or whatever. Well, like people with Jake, right? They'll see that shit, they'll get jealous, right? And like after a house party, right? Her ass ended up getting shot, right? She ended up getting judged by the look out block. I'll try to, being flustered because you had being that type of mindset can get you killed these last days. But that's
Yeah, I don't know about Brother Yosop. You're trying to say something. Yeah, I think you're muted.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you brothers can hear him clear,
I
but
can
on
I
my
can
end,
I can hear you a bit clear. If you I don't know if you can
okay.
move closer to your mic so the people can hear. But I wanted to say something that basically these people you have to understand that you have to be like the Lord chose us, bro. And I have the book of John chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go on and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. These things I commanded you, that ye love one another. And if the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you." Bro, so the Lord chose us, and you have to understand that. So if you're trying to tell a certain person or whatever the case, and they're not getting it, because the Lord didn't choose these people to understand these things. This is the Lord only chose his elect, right? And in the elect, there's the 144,000, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. The Lord is not dealing with all of these fucking people. Okay, you're gonna know them by their fruits. Okay, and part of knowing them by their fruits is if they're willing to understand these scriptures. You know, it's not just their work, but if they're willing to understand, take heed to what you're saying, or they just kind of give you that blank stare, right? But basically what you know, the certain individuals, they have these fruits, and you see these the wicked, they bring forth that evil fruit. Esau, he has a jealousy and an envy and just a complete jealousy and a hatred towards us, the nation of Israel, because he didn't didn't get that birthright, and and basically what they're gonna try to they have this wrath. Okay, then the scriptures speak about that he wrath perpetual. I'm gonna bring this out real quick. Okay, because these Edomites, they're just jealous of us. They fucking hate us because the Lord. They know that in deep down, they know that we are the Lord's people. Amos 1:11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all his pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. That word perpetually means literally if you look up this word perpetually, right? It means what? It means like a continually, a constant thing, endlessly. So these people, it was designed in their heart basically to hate us. Okay? So why the fuck are when you see these Jakes, hanging around these Edomites trying to blend in with them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're going out to parties with them. Okay, you have these people, they're plotting against you, and obviously this guy, he obviously didn't know. He didn't have knowledge of the scriptures, you know, which I heard brothers also saying, he's likely a 2/3, right? But
Yeah.
basically, this is a cautionary tale, right?
And, and
Yeah, go ahead, you got it.
I was going to say, I have a precept in Romans 11:7. What then Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So, on top of you people that are blinded with being not able to understand the scriptures, you're also not able to understand the enemy that's right in front of you. You're not able to understand that the white man Esau Edom is devilish by nature. You're not able to understand these things. Ultimately, an angel blinded you. That's why you're just stuck in the cares and affections of this world. The scriptures say, "Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." And ultimately, the elect is going to be the ones that are being transformed by the renewing of their mind. They're separating themselves from these grim individuals, man, Edomites. They're separating themselves from the ways of this world, man. Because you don't want to be around these fucking people, man. These people are debilitating. These people are like iron that rust. They just rust away, man. They continue to get more wicked and wicked. And especially in these times, man, you want to stay far the fuck away from them.
Uh,
You got to use wisdom when you're around them, because sometimes you have no choice but to be around them, whether it be for work or certain affairs and matters. But it's not recommended to be buddy buddy with them, inviting them to your fucking crib or
hey,
hanging out with them.
just even like you're playing like a video game or something. You have one of these Edomites. They end up joining your game, or they end up joining like a voice call in your game or something. And you can just see like the way these people speak, and they're always making gay jokes, right? Talking about these like weird things like like conquering different nations. Like just even the lowest levels of these people, it's ingrained in them to speak about these things. You know what I'm saying? You always see their true nature like basically come out. Right? It's a very weird and vile, strange nature. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to go back to what you were saying, like just because these people on the outside, it may look like they trust each other. They might show some sort of camaraderie. When they have post pictures of themselves on Instagram, or they take photos of their families, and they might have a supposed good life, and on the surface it looks like that. But these people, a lot of them are really in such a very bad situation. A lot of them, they're just showing the good parts. And the brother was saying that, let's just say, these two couples have kids together and they grow up together. When all hell breaks loose, well, you're gonna see a lot of fucking, even betrayal amongst these Edomites. You're gonna have even these people eating each other's kids.
Yeah,
Your girl best friend. You both got married at the same time. You both had
both got
kids at the
pregnant at the
same
same
time.
time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, turns out where, well, she put your fucking, you're having a barbecue. She put your baby on the barbecue, and now
Yeah,
they needed food to eat because
yeah,
they didn't have that, they didn't have that ribeye steak that they were always eating every fucking day, or you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know,
And the
yeah,
scriptures
yeah,
talk about this too. This is not something that we're just pulling up out of the blue, man. The
no,
scriptures talk about there being cannibalism in these perilous times. Those things written for a foretime were written for our learning. Roughly paraphrasing, because the times that are going to come are going to be like never before, and the love of many is going to wax cold, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So not only are spirits of vengeance are going to be at an all-time high, but people are just going to become animalistic and beastly because they don't have the Lord. They're on a low level diabolical vibration. That's the majority of the people. If you're not with the Lord, it doesn't matter how nice you are, it doesn't matter how well you fucking acted with the block at the to your neighbors. If you don't have the Lord and you're not following the truth, you're susceptible to this.
a lot of people are gonna, they might have morals, so-called morals right now, or they might seem to be a good person, but we're telling you, and you can take our word for it. You're gonna see a lot of people throw their morals out of the window when they start seeing a lack of food, right? And this is according to the scriptures, right? This is actually, don't take our word, take according to the prophets that were wrote these things in the scriptures, right? uh, Second Ezra's 15 and 19, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, meaning, these people maybe were once friends, might were close, maybe lived close to each other, you knew each other for 15, 20 years, you know. Well, they're gonna end up fucking killing each other, man.
Yeah,
Having to fight to the
those
death.
how many Edomites you see, family reunions going on group fucking cruise trips and group trips to Disney and Florida. They were with each other every fucking vacation. They all got together and lived it out. Barbecue, steaks. They're gonna be the same people killing each other.
They're gonna be
They're gonna
having
be the same
fights to the
people
death, stabbing each other.
fighting to the fucking last drop of blood. There's gonna be blood everywhere, man. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that happening right now. How many times you go open up Instagram, open up the news, and you see judgment executed in a mighty fashion? That's the Lord intricating these things and
Yeah.
making these things happen.
So, just saying something, just because, if these people are gonna kill each other during this time, what makes you think that they're not gonna do that or try to do that to you? If you're around these fucking people, you
Yeah.
you have to remember, man. As much as whatever words comes out of this fucking devil's mouth, Esau, you have to remember that his words were smoother like butter, but war was in his heart. He
Sorry.
thinks about he thinks about inflicting harm into the men of the Lord, and including, we have another example. This man, LG, and I'm sure this devil is watching this, and you can tell the look on this devil's face. You know, he always had ill intentions, for the men of the Lord. You can just tell on his face, and you can just you kind of just you can just see it on this fucking piece of shit. Always running around with this gun, right?
Yeah.
And then it reminded me of this whole situation with this guy that just died, Nolan Wells, because a lot of these Jakes out here are trying to be friendly with Esau. Mm, You're a fucking coon. That's what you
And
really
this
are.
devil, this devil is funny too, because this devil would always show pictures like of him when he was like young. Not to go off topic, but when he was like 11, 12 years old with a group of black people, like just trying so hard to just, mingle himself in, man. And man, these people are the absolute pinnacle of a devil. And this is the book of Second Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath unrighteousness with right? For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? So why are you going to be around people that are dark, that are unrighteous, that are these are all the heathens, man. All these heathens are unrighteous. They're dark, right? They're fools. They're dung. Why be around them? And you know what? Even the 2/3, because a lot of us, man, we've sometimes had this zeal, or we want the best for our people, and that can even include people that have been close with us for a very long time that we might have grown up with, but they're ultimately blinded by angels. They can't receive this truth, and you can't keep that dead weight around you, man, because a lot of these people, they're getting caught up with the wrong things. They're doing things that are egregious, especially in the sight of the Lord, and you might have tried to preach to them, prophesy to them, and they don't fucking get it. And you got to go back to Titus 3:1. Warn a divisive person once, then twice, and after the third admonition, reject. You have to have nothing to do with them, man. Even if that means you just cut them off cold. Doesn't matter how fucking long you've known them. I'm speaking to those that need to hear that right now, because a lot of Israelites out there, man, that they're beating the dead horse over and over. Man, there's people that are just there. They don't care about this. They don't care about the truth, and it's up to the Lord whether He wants to spare mercy on them at the last moment and wake them up. But it could really, the brother brings it out every time you're sitting here talking to these people that don't fucking care, trying to just reason with them, is more time that you're wasting from being in the spirit, from doing the work of the Lord. The brother Brock brings out, he made a point about that before.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into the world and I can explain it if you want. Basically,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not gonna go. The scriptures say, no man. Let's bring this out. Putteth his
Worth.
hand to the plow. No, I was thinking of this one. No, Luke's 96:9 and 62. It says, yeah, when Yahushua said, he said, no, and Yahushua said unto them, no man putting his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. So if you're doing that, right, if you're looking back into this world, why are we going to go out of the way, why are we going to go out of our way if you're looking back into the world to stop what we're doing and then try to speak to you and try to convince you that, just try to, because ultimately, that makes us, we're not gonna, if you that makes us basically stop what we're doing. To basically try to
Yeah.
try to tell you, hey, bro, you have to, it's about, this world's about to end, man.
Yeah.
You have to take
Yeah.
this more seriously. We're coming
Oh.
to a point where we're not doing that anymore, bro. We're not gonna
Oh.
give you,
Oh.
we're
Oh.
not gonna try to, warn you multiple times, and after the second time, we're gonna keep warning you, because even then, that's going against these scriptures when you're trying to warn these people about the same thing over and over and over again, and they still won't listen. Yeah, we
And
should just count them as a heretic.
you'll tell these people, you know that this place is going to get destroyed by ICBM nuclear missiles. Do you know what these people are doing behind closed doors? What the Edomite man is doing? You'll explain to them in depth, and they'll look at you and they'll be like,
Hmm.
"Yo, did you see they're postponing GTA for another 2 months? Did you see that? Did you see that goal that they scored Egypt versus this team in the World Cup?" And that's the conversations of the people in the world, man. That's the conversations of your average fucking man and woman, man. Just on folly and nonsense, man. And there's the conversations of the world, man. But this is the book of Second Timothy 2:4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. And a soldier, man, he's not gonna leave his post and go meddle with nonsense while he's on a mission. And our mission is to push out this work and call those that are fit to be persuaded, that the Lord has predestined to be persuaded to receive this knowledge and understanding. Because let every man be persuaded in his own mind. That person has to have the Spirit of the Lord opening them up and waking them up to what's really going on. And that's a small remnant of people in the when we really think about it. But at the same time, our people are waking up, and they're finding out their heritage. They're finding out what's really going on. This devil is being exposed. So
Yeah.
we got to do the work that we're called to do, man. We can't be stopping what we're doing to go talk to your fucking uncle that's a fucking Pookie and Ray Ray uncle who don't give a fuck. All right. or fucking your cousin who's just always fucking around. That you tell him 100 times, he doesn't want to fucking hear it.
No, these people that the things of the world are too important, like their rap careers and making it, making a streamer university. But that's besides the point. I wanted to mention, they don't believe when we tell us that this devil he's gonna come down with great wrath. They don't believe that the so-called, the big thing is they don't believe that these so-called Edomites are the devil the Bible speaks of. They really don't fucking believe that, these people, you know. And then they want to forget about all the, the years of, basically what slavery that they put us through, right? But all of a sudden you want to forget that. But that just shows you, man, the scriptures say what? Let me bring this out. The Proverbs chapter 27 and 12. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." So when these people, and I'm speaking about Jake, when they see you maybe on the highways and byways or see our videos, and then they just kind of like, uh-huh, they just kind of like walk past, they might look, maybe just, kind of just skip over, just, then they go back to watching fucking, NFL, right? They don't take actual heed, or, they don't take in what you're saying. These people ultimately, man, if they pass on and the Lord's not with them, the Lord's gonna punish them,
Yeah,
you know.
because you mock the Lord and his men. Because if you disrespected one of his men, knowingly or unknowingly, guess what? Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man shall soweth, that shall he also reap. So you're reaping discord. You're thinking illy towards the men of the Lord that are pushing out his work. Well, guess what? You're going to be destroyed. What does Hosea 4:6 say? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected me, I will also reject thee.
Uh,
Roughly paraphrasing.
and
That's what's gonna reject you.
our people, yeah, it just is a perfect example of this guy. I'm gonna just pull up a picture for those who don't know what I'm speaking about. I just want to put an image. Yeah, the death of Nolan Wells, right? This guy who was found, basically, he was dead on the 4th of July. And on top of that, that's an omen right there, because you're celebrating the 250th year of fucking America's whatever you fucking call it, right?
Yeah.
That's just a that's an omen, because it's showing the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He's not fucking around. You people that celebrating the 4th of July as well. You're trusting in the system, right? You're trusting in this devil society, and the scripture even speak about woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, right? You people you believe the society is going to be here for another 250 more years, right? But anyway, you brothers, you want to bring out some precepts? You got some precepts, brother Selah, brother Sarah. You got anything? I don't want to, I don't want to hold on the mic for too long.
Yeah, so Slovakia, I stepped out for
Yeah, you're good. You got it.
I do something on the job, so because I'm still on the plantation in Slovakia.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, brother. I don't know, brother Sarah. You still, if he's here, but basically, yeah, man. The prudent, the prudent seeth the evil. You should, so when ultimately this could have been avoided altogether, but ultimately it wasn't, because ultimately it was in the hands of the Lord, and the Lord set it up to be this way, right? But you should, if this guy wasn't around these fucking Edomites, right? These devils, he would have been, he wouldn't have died. But obviously every man's goings are of the Lord, right? So ultimately this was ordained to happen. But anyway, yeah, just an example, not to trust these people, not,
Yeah. Don't never trust an enemy.
even the rest of these fucking heathens, man. Yeah, you can speak to them about, basic things, go talk to them about sports or fucking video games or something. Don't be trying to, break things down to these people. Because that's another thing too. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this is such a like a valuable thing. You have rubies, gold.
Precious.
You don't want to just be sharing it with just everybody. Okay?
With sinners too. With sinners.
You have to test their spirits, man. You have to first of all see, could this guy be an Israelite? Could this guy be a Jake? And then you maybe you know maybe you test the spirit. If then they hearken on to the small things, then maybe you can reveal to them the other things.
Right.
But ultimately, if they don't understand what you say, don't keep trying to force things because it's not gonna fucking work.
Do
Okay?
not cast do not cast your pearl among the swine. Because if you have
Does
rubies
it
and
say the
pearls and
dust
you
off your
just
feet?
wipe the dust off your feet and keep it pushing. Because now is not the time to be being held back by these people, man. These slothful, draining, crab in a bucket ass people. And there's a lot of people around us like that. We separated ourselves from them now, but a lot of us can attest to us having to deal with these slothful, holding you back type of people, whether it be your fucking family, your parents, your uncle, your coworker, your whoever the fuck. You can only say so much, and after that, you gotta keep it pushing. If they don't get it, let the Lord just deal with it.
And
It's
even
up to the Lord.
that's the spirit because the brother Siraj showed a video, the Apostle Tahar. He sent out a warning to these lukewarm people, these slothful Israelites. You, you should fear the Lord. You because the Lord can just send your ass right into those missiles. When that judgment day comes, when those ICBM
Because Paul
go
spoke on
ahead,
that too.
you got it. Yeah, go ahead, you
Can I
got it.
bring out that precept about what Paul?
Yeah, go ahead.
He was like, lest any man shall spoil you. Like when you go to Colossians, that's Paul, right? If I'm not mistaken. Colossians 2:8. It says, beware lest any man shall spoil you for light after tradition of man, after the root of the world, and not after Hamashiach. All these false narratives that you false ass Israelites making, that we going back on ships and all that other shit, that the chariot's not coming. Yeah, y'all going off too. Because they making all these false doctrines and false narratives. Also, we know, because that's why it said many are called, but few are chosen. Because many come to the fact that Israelites, but only the elect gonna take heed to the true doctrine, the Yahweh Shem doctrine. And that's
Gone.
what Paul was really teaching. That's why they can't understand Paul. That's why some people say Paul was going off and
Gone.
He's lagging a little bit. I don't know if you can you might have an
I
internet.
could hear him. I could hear him. I could hear him. But Khan, Brock, you there?
Yeah. I don't know if he just cut out. I don't
All
know
right.
if you can
Yeah.
hear him.
I think it cut
I just
out. I
don't
think
want
it
it. I
cut.
don't want it to play, because I'm recording. I don't want him to say something and then not record. But yeah, no, that was
you're
Apostle Paul writing this, right? And yeah, basically, man, I don't know if you want to continue what
here.
you were saying.
So
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to interrupt him. No, you're good. You're good. I don't know if you could fix your internet or just go on like. Yeah, I don't know. I can't hear
So
him.
okay.
Can I hear
Yeah,
you?
I can hear you now.
Are you there?
Okay. Where did y'all hear me when I stopped?
Yeah, just start at Colossians 2:8 again. Just read that one more time and then explain what you were saying.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. You might want to go on cellular.
I
Maybe
was
that.
going into how these false ass Israelites was. Can you hear me a little better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going into basically how these false ass Israelites making these false ass doctrines, and we're not going back on chariots and we going back on ships, and that we already in the new covenant and that bugged out shit. And I had brought out what was that, Colossians see, I believe this was Paul. Lest any
It is, yeah.
man shall spoil you. Yeah, lest any man shall spoil you. he said Colossians damn lucky Esau fucking up the
No,
damn.
you're gonna
They've
keep
been
going.
trying to hack the
You got it.
KJV
You
app
got
and
it.
every damn thing. But Colossians 2:8, beware lest any man shall spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. Because yeah, all these false ass doctrines and shit, they don't come from the scriptures. They don't. When we read the scripture, the men with the Holy Spirit, we able to break down the scriptures and get the true understanding. And these people, they coming out with these false narratives and shit, talking about Moses fell out the truth, talking about Paul fell out the truth. They don't realize it's a judgment for that though. You know, just like everybody is lay laughing and shit before the storm until like the tornado really hit and it hit your fucking house, and then all hell, everybody chaotic, everybody panicking. That's just a metaphor for like them damn nukes. You know, it's a joke until the storm actually hit, and then your heart racing, and yeah, because that's what's gonna happen.
Oh,
They laughing and mocking now until the storm actually hit.
when those nukes hit, a
The
lot of
days of
these
Noah.
false teachers, man, they're gonna have that just thought in their mind, like fuck, like I shouldn't have said that,
In the,
or I should have mocked at
in
the
the days
name
of
of
Noah, so shall the coming of the Salakia.
I shouldn't have mocked at the name of the Lord, right? Or I shouldn't have called the Lord yo play yogurt, or some disrespectful shit. These people that tried to make a joke out of the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, when those nukes hit, man, they see that fucking nuke dropping. The very last second those nukes hit the ground, they're gonna start they're gonna start you know oh fuck, right? Or even when the mark of the beast comes out, they're gonna see, oh fuck, and they're gonna just be they're gonna know in the back of their heads that they're gonna be fucking destroyed. And that's the thing, the 2/3, these people are just as bad as Esau. Okay, on this side, they're just as bad, bro. You can't trust these people either. We're speaking this lesson mainly about Esau, how we shouldn't trust them, but also these 2/3. You have to remember these 2/3, they're also our
Okay.
enemies as well.
Yeah.
They were the
On
same
this side.
spirits, that were disrespecting the Lord, scoffing at the Lord. But so
Reincarnated now. Just like you punk ass whores, right? And you devilish Edomites. You're the same spirits now that you're the same spirits from back then that are reincarnated now in this present age. Yeah, I just want to mention that point.
yeah, you can bring that out too as days of Noah. You can go into what you were saying.
The days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Because in the days of Noah, what was going on, man? People were marrying, being given into marriage. They were celebrating. They were in the house of feasting. And you see the same thing right now. You go on these public settings and the Knicks celebration party and the World Cup and GTA 6 launch party, and you people have no idea what's being planned out behind the scenes by Esau Edom is planning out millions and millions of microchips behind the scenes, setting up this new world order, the foundation of the new world order, to put everybody in a robotic state of slavery. And you people are still, yeah, but you don't know until it's right in your fucking face
Yeah,
with you simple-minded as people. And this is the book of Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this come to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So then you're gonna know those guys that you were looking at some type of way, that you were scoffing at the names, that you were looking down on them, that you were disrespecting them, that you were laughing behind their back. They were right all along, and you were fucking wrong. And guess what? You're gonna realize that when the fucking missiles are burning your throat, burning your eyelids. Then you're gonna fucking realize it. But then it'll be too late.
yeah. And I got one last precept. Unless you guys have anything else, I wanted to just bring this out. Second Ezra 5, chapter 5, and verses 9. It says, "And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. And then shall wit hide himself, or wisdom hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber." And this is basically going to, you're going to see a lot of truth being mixed with lies in these last days. You're going to see a lot of false prophets mix they might say one true thing and then another lie, and then just ultimately mixing the truth with lies. And ultimately, whoever's going to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, they're going to have it, and the rest of these people, they're not going to have it. And you're seeing that now. Slowly and slowly, your wisdom's going to completely hide itself. And when that famine of the word hits, when the prophets are on the highways and byways teaching anymore. And that's the thing. Even the prophets, you're starting to see a spirit of like isolation or how do I say this? Like not isolation, but we don't really dwell our yeah dwell in many matters. To the point where like most of the men that are doing this work, we might just go to work, right? Do our work, go home, eat, sleep, go on the highways and byways, make these lessons, and that's it. We're not out here, dwelling amongst all these different people, all because that's what you're seeing. A lot of these crowds are often, partying, right? A lot of them have, but they don't have wisdom at all, or they're going to, Drake's concert or World Cup. All these people, mass groups. You often see a lot of these people. They don't really, they don't have wisdom. And so you're seeing this wisdom start to hide itself, to the men of the Lord. You know, that's another thing. And there was even a quote about I, I don't know, it was like some worldly scholar or something, right? It was talking about right something about basically people who are isolated or not to say you and I'm not saying oh be by yourself. I'm not saying that you should be amongst the men of the Lord, but I'm saying don't be around these worldly people. Don't dwell in many matters. At a point where but anyway, if you're not a lot of the time if you're not out trying to dwell amongst many matters, right? You're gonna gain the Lord is gonna give you more and more wisdom. It shows that you said you have your mind on this truth and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You don't see these people that are out here fucking what's the word trying to be streamers, showing up to every stream, showing partying, trying to be friends with everybody. You don't see these people. They don't care about the Lord. You don't see these people with this you bring out this knowledge and this truth and his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? I didn't want to dwell too much on that topic. But yeah, you see a lot of truth being mixed with lies. And you're gonna say what friends shall destroy one another. That's another thing. A lot of people are gonna start killing each other. They thought they were friends. We've been friends for 20 years. We knew each other for we go way back. You're gonna see friends kill each other. All these things are gonna come to pass, man. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to bring out. You guys got anything else? You guys good?
Yeah, I believe that's it from me, honest.
All right. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. We give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect out there, feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, with sincerity, truth, and with charity. And I'm the brother Barak, and I'm with
Yo, stop.
Brother Salah.
and we got the brother Sarah here as well. I don't know if you can hear him. But with that, we're gonna say Shalom.
Shalom.